Las Vegas of the United States, and Florence of Italy. They're known as global trending marriage registration locations. As China travel videos went viral, where's the marriage mecca in China? And what procedures are there to get married in China? Hey everyone, my name's Oliver Ding Ding. I'm an Englishman and I'm the Foreign Community Associate at Chengdu's Tongzilin Community Center. As the Qixi festival approaches, that's China's Valentine's Day, please allow me to introduce Chinese foreign marriage registration procedures. And I'll share my own marriage story with you. My wife and I met in Western Australia in 2016. We lived together and eventually got married here in Chengdu. But before the ceremony, we had to do the paperwork. I'd say the process for getting married was somehow easier than agreeing on a set of rings. I really had my heart set on platinum, you know. Anyway, let's cut to the chase. Based on where I live and registered, I can introduce the process of marriage registration here in Sichuan province. For other provinces, the process should be similar, and you can always check online or visit a nearby marriage registration office to make an inquiry. It is, of course, best if you go with your Chinese partner. So, how to register a marriage? For your Chinese spouse, she or he must have the registered permanent residence under the jurisdiction of Sichuan province. Then he or she needs to submit the household register and identity card. For the foreigner, you need to prepare a valid passport or other valid international travel documents. Also, a certificate of no spouse issued by a notary authority or competent authority in the home country and certified by the embassy or consulate of the People's Republic of China in the home country or embassy of the home country in China, or certificate of no spouse issued by the embassy or consulate of home country in China is required. In my case, I went to the UK consulate in Shanghai to get my no spouse certificate. Currently, UK has 5 diplomatic presences in China. One thing to note, in case of non-Chinese certificates, it should be translated into Chinese. The translated version should be issued by a translation agency accepted by the embassy of your home country here in China and by the consulate of the People's Republic of China in your home country, by marriage registration authorities, or by a translation agency appointed by the Marriage Registration Authority. It's getting a bit hot outside, so here we are in the tea house. Thank you for joining me. Step 1. Online pre-examination. Once the documents are ready, you'll have to do online pre-examination. You can access the Chinese foreign marriage pre-examination and reservation system of Sichuan province by scanning the QR codes on screen and following the steps. Normally, it takes about 5 to 7 business days to get the result. Step 2. Online registration appointment. When your pre-examination is approved, you can make a registration appointment with the same online system. Online appointment helps to reduce the waiting time for on-site services, but of course, you're free to go there during working hours without an appointment. Step 3. Visit the designated marriage registration office. There are 3 designated marriage registration offices in Sichuan. I've already listed their locations and contacts on the screen. But pay special attention to the first one, which accepts marriage registration for residents of cities and prefectures in Sichuan province, excluding Chengdu, with foreigners. After a foreigner's marriage is successfully registered here in China, will it be recognized by his or her home country, and will it have any legal force there? Here comes the last step, notarization and certification. Follow the notarization process at the public notary office in the place where the Chinese partner's household registration is located. Better call the notary office first to confirm whether it's qualified to handle the notarization. There are 2 types of certification, apostille and consular legalization. An apostille can be used among the member countries of the Hague and Apostille Convention. China, as well as 124 other countries like France, USA, Brazil, and Canada, are among the member countries. Click the link in the description to view the full list. Consular legalization, categorized into single attestation and dual attestation, is required for non-member countries of the Hague Apostille Convention. Generally, single attestation is carried out at the Foreign Affairs Office or the Ministry of Foreign Affairs local to the household registration. Dual attestation requires attestation first by China's Ministry of Foreign Affairs and then by other countries' embassies here in China. That's all for the steps. Is there any other tip I can share? Of course, Just do what your Chinese wife says. You know, I always do what my wife says. Chinese. And so that's all for today's episode. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and make sure to search for the Panda Mini Guide program on WeChat to get more info on life in China. This is Oliver, and happy Valentine's Day.